What? Oh, what? What? Hey, yo, maybe I'll fight Apollo. Maybe I won't, you know? Hey, what do you think? Adrian! What is that from? Let me in the chat. Let me know in the chat and the comments. You probably think it's from Rocky, but what is that actually from? The way I did it and the way I said it, what movie is that from? You'll probably never guess. Alex, any thoughts on where that's from?
It's not the spoof called Ricky, is it?
No, Ricky. Let's see if somebody gets it in chat. But hey, what is going on? We got movie loving badasses in the house today. We got the roll call. Before we do the roll call, Alex Chung, that's right, actor, martial artist. You know what I'm saying? He know how to throw them gloves. You know how to throw them hands. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Filmmaker is back in the house, baby. What's going on, brother?
Good. I just noticed in the chat people guessing, and it was I had an ephany. It was on the tip of my tongue, but then I saw people. Comment.
Yeah, look at that. They got it.
Like,
they got it. They got it. Yeah, Michelangelo. Yeah, they know what's up. See, Movie Dojo Army knows what's up. What is going on? We got Brian Sanchez, World of Devon, Will Thorburn in the house, Bob Odenson, Lady Danish, Jake Hall. That's right, certified channel, badass members. Oh, yeah, Samurai Warriors Unite. Let's start the ruckus. And Gail, what's going on? And I'm sure others will pop in as well. But it's great seeing all of you. We're going to be talking the Rocky movies, God damn it. We had to do it, especially after our spoiler review of Creed 3. Make sure you guys check that out if you have missed it. And me, Alex, and Lady Fatblood have a good old time talking Creed 3. So, yeah, I'll put a link in the description box below the video. And I'll link it to this live so you guys can click on it at the end if you're interested in what our thoughts are on 3, because there's a lot to talk about. And we got 9 movies. So this is not going to be like a film, retrospective, not too much, because we don't want to be here for 5 hours. But you know what? We had to do it. We had some fun kicking off the ranking series, me and Alex doing the Scream movies. That was hilarious. We had a lot of fun with that. And now we're going to kick it off with some Rocky, and we're going to do some more, baby. That's right. So let's go ahead and get it started. All right. So when you guys that are watching with us right now live, that's right, baby, when you see the ranked logo happen again towards the end of the video, I'll let you know when I'm going to play it again. When I play that logo again, that's when you guys put in your ranking so you can rank with us. That's right. And I will post up on the screen your ranking of all 9 films. That's right. Okay. So when you see that logo again towards the end, this is a new thing we're starting now. I'm having fun doing this. I want to see you guys' ranking as well. That's right. All right. Rocky movies, baby. Hold on, let me get the banner up now. Rocky films. Now, you are a lot younger than me, Alex. What are you, 21 years old right now? So how did you come across the Rocky films? There's so many of these. There's no way on earth you saw these in a row. Or did you? So let us know. Let us know. How did you discover?
I think through my childhood, I was aware of the Rocky movies, and
Okay.
I'd seen 1 or 2 casually.
All
they
right.
weren't really movies I rewatch like some of my favorites. I was just aware of them, and I caught them on TV.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was in my when I was 20, so basically yesterday, that I that I actually sat down and watched them as films, especially because I'm older and I had an appreciation for film. I was like, let's see what the big deal with the Rocky series is, since there's so many of them. And I think at this point, Rocky Balboa was the latest one.
All right.
So it was it kind of did its job. It was nostalgia for fans of the series, but also brought new people in, because I was like, oh, there's a new Rocky movie. Maybe I should watch the original. So I did. And, it's very cliche to say, but these movies meant a lot to me, especially the first one. It has inspired generations of people for various reasons. You don't have to be into boxing. It could be anything in life. Rocky is about fighting and, fighting for whatever it is that you're fighting for. So without going too deep into that, it had the same effect on me as it did with many people, an instant fan, and looking forward to ranking all of
Yeah.
these.
All of these. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Samurai Guy, I'm Salt and Pepper. So I've been around for a while. Salt and Pepper Samurai. I've seen all these movies on TV. And at the point where um this is my hilarious this is how my hilarious experience with Rocky 4. If little itty bitty samurai saw Rocky 4 on the big screen in the 80s, that would have blew my mind. And I would have been like, this is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. But I didn't see, the first three. I saw them on TV. But when we got around to seeing Rocky 4, we didn't get a chance to see it in theater. And then later on, when it was released on VHS, Samurai Guy, Little Samurai, was in the mall with his sisters, and we were walking around, and they were boring me because they wouldn't let me go to my shops and toys and stuff. And we walked by a Radio Shack. That's right. We walked by a Radio Shack, and they said, "Well, you like this store, right?" I was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." They're like, "All right, well, we'll stay here. You can just sit outside, stay here, and we're gonna go walk around to some other places, and then we'll come back and pick you up." So I went in the store, looked around, nothing really, I didn't have any money. I was little, right? Came back out and sat down on the bench right across from Radio Shack. So I'm looking right across through Radio Shack's window, and they have a TV on display. And guess what they're playing on that TV? They're playing VHS pan and scan style. No widescreen was available yet. And they played Rocky 4 there. And I sat down. I was like, oh my God, they're playing Rocky 4 right now. Oh my God. So I sat there, Little Samurai sat there and was watching Rocky 4 through a window on a small TV, pan and scan, full screen style. Could barely hear it. But I was so like having the best time of my life. I was praying my sisters did not come back and pick me up early. I was like, please take all the time you want. Do not come back and take Little Samurai away from watching the movie. And I sat there the whole time, was just glued and transfixed on that movie. And, I loved it. But that's my experience watching Rocky 4. But I still loved it. But Samurai Guy's first Rocky experience in the theater was Rocky 5. Yes, this was Samurai Guy's first Rocky movie in the theater, and we'll get to Rocky 5 when we get to it. So, how do you want to do this, Alex? Did you want to kind of briefly give your thoughts on each movie, or you want to just start ranking them? How do you want to do it?
I'm not sure. I guess either or. I mean, either way, we're gonna go from worst to best, right?
Like, I'll do a speed run through it. You want me to do that?
Speed run of the movies
Like,
in order,
I'll
the
just
ranking?
the movies in order.
Sure.
Okay, so everyone knows about Rocky. All right, classic. This will be spoiler talk, so just letting you guys know. Even with Creed 3, we might be talking about some spoilers, but it's a classic. Shout out to Ninan Lusick, channel member. He says this is the greatest love story ever made, and and I'm not going to say no because I'm Rocky biased. And Samurai Guy's not really huge on the romantic movies. That's not really my thing. But Rocky just worked. It's classic. The music, man, the Bill Conti score. Have you ever watched the behind the scenes on the making of Rocky?
I did. I don't really remember it though, and I don't know if I've watched all the documentaries, but I've definitely seen a bit.
It was interesting how the director was like watching the footage of Stallone and Carl Weathers, kind of boxing each other, kind of working on the fight choreography and stuff, and he's like, play classical music. Let's see what happens. Because they were trying a different way in terms of the score. Mm-hmm. Him and Bill Conti were talking about that. And they played the classical music. And for some reason, it just worked, with the fighting. It just worked. You wouldn't think it would work. That wouldn't be my first choice, playing some classical style music. But it just worked. It made it epic. The end finale fight was epic. And here's the thing, guys. A lot of the newbies that have not seen, all you younglings out there that have not seen Rocky, it's funny because they call this the ultimate underdog story. There's 5 billion movies of this out there that are similar. And a lot of them are good as well. There's some great underdog movies out there. But what's funny is that even though this is considered the greatest underdog story of all time, the funny thing is everybody forgets he lost. People forget that, bro. Because they're like, oh, it's the ultimate underdog story. He shouldn't be fighting the champ. He gets a 1 in a million chance to fight the champ and he wins. No, my friend. Rocky loses. And a lot of people don't know that haven't seen the movie. They're just like, huh? Like how, But when you watch the story, the script was done so well. The performances were done so well. The characters are so memorable. Even the fucking annoying as hell, Paulie.
Oh, the worst friend in all of cinema history.
But why do you still love him? You love to hate him. I think that's what it is. Paulie makes me laugh, but he's horrible. But it's just all these characters with Mick and all that. You're so invested that it's about having that shot, that opportunity, and proving his worth. Because even though Rocky didn't win, the character, he proved his worth at the end. And all he wanted to do was get through it and fight and get through it. And once that fight was over, he just called for his woman. That was it. He just wanted his girl. He said, Adrian. That's it. They meet, hug. That's the end of the movie. People forget about that. And it's very rare where I can't off the top of my head think of another underdog sports athletic story where they lose.
Mm-hmm. You know what it's similar to? It's similar to the Friday the 13th series. If you haven't seen the first one, but you're aware of the legacy.
Oh, yes.
You're kind of aware, like you think of the Rocky movies as, oh yeah, he's the champ. He wins the fight at the end because that's typically how stories go. The same thing with Friday the 13th. Oh, Jason's the icon of the series.
Right.
When you go back to the first when it wasn't a franchise, it had its own unique story, and people forget. First Friday the 13th that Jason Voorhees wasn't the killer. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And first Rocky, he doesn't win.
Yeah. Great example. And shout out to the first Scream movie, Alex, when they reference that in the first Scream movie.
Oh yes.
Yeah. It's Jason Voorhees. No, you little slut, or whatever he said.
You tricked me.
It was Jason Voorhees' mother, you bitch. Whatever he said. But it's a classic, iconic film. But I'll talk a little faster now. Rocky 2. Honest thoughts on Rocky 2, Alex?
I thought it's a great sequel.
It is.
Even I forget sometimes, but then I watch it, and tonally, it's so consistent with the first one. It builds upon it. It's still very emotional. Still got that great music. Still got the great storytelling. The characters, you spend more time with them, and I feel like the stakes are higher.
Yeah.
It's very dramatic, very emotional, and even the fights were a little elevated.
Yes.
Not to the point of Creed 3, but it was interesting. Probably my favorite thing about Rocky 2. It's very random.
Yeah.
But I don't hear enough people talk about
this. Is it the commercial? Is it the commercial scene?
Where he smeals mainly? No, it's who is Apollo's corner? Was it Duke?
Yeah, Duke. Yeah.
Every shot of him in the final fight when Apollo's getting beat is, to me, comedy gold. I mean, yes, he cares about Apollo. He warns him throughout the entire film. He just kept coming at you, man. This fight's not worth it.
He just kept coming.
His eyes are glazed in tears. He's like, get out of there.
Yeah.
It's not even Rocky 4 yet.
Yeah.
He's like fearing for his life.
What he said? He said, we don't need a man like this in our life. That's what he was telling Apollo, man. Oh, here, see? The movie Dojo Army knows what's up. This one right here, great example. Yes. And if you think I would have remembered that?
Oh, even I forget that. Nice pull.
Yeah. Nice, Brian. Nice.
Another tear-jerking combat sport movie.
Highly recommend Best of the Best. Yes. But Rocky 2, when I was young, I didn't watch Rocky 2 that much because I thought it was boring because when I was young and stupid. I actually watched, I know this is going to sound like blasphemy, but I actually watched Rocky 5 more than Rocky 2 on television, I'm sure that sounds like blasphemy. But Rocky 5, I saw it, that was my first Rocky movie in the theater, But now that I'm older, Rocky 2 deserves a lot more respect. And how many times has that happened with real fighters? They'll fight someone that they should have mopped easily, and they barely win. And then people are like, oh, was it rigged? Oh, was it a fluke? So they got to try to get that win back. So it's not like this is like an unrealistic plot synopsis for a sequel. Creed was like, nah, man, I'm gonna show everybody that first fight was a fluke. I'm gonna tear that dude up. But yeah, just classic. Rocky 3. Oh man, there's just too much stuff I'm gonna say about Rocky 3. Now, another great example. You know, when Conor McGregor, the more popular and the more rich he got, you know, everyone kept saying, well, he keeps losing now. He keeps losing. He's lost his eye of the tiger, if you will. He's lost his hunger. I've actually heard some people say this. Did Conor McGregor become civilized? You know, all this terminology has come from this, from Rocky 3. But I love Rocky 3. We'll get to it. Rocky 4, it's another classic. We'll get to that. I'm just, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? Because I know with the ranking, we're going to break it down.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
So let's just do that.
Sure.
So for the next ranked, we'll do it that way. We'll just get straight to the ranking.
We're still learning.
And talk about yeah. But no, it's fun. We still had some great stuff to say about the Rocky movies. All right. Let's see here. Hold on a second. It says, I feel Rocky 2 is hard to rewatch because it's mostly depressing, but the emotional payoff beginning from the training montage is great. All right. Copy that. Okay. All right. We gonna rank them, but don't rank them yet. Don't you guys rank them yet until you see that logo. But 9 movies. We're not doing Rocky's 4 director's cut because Alex has not seen it. Okay.
That can't be the only reason.
What?
People are gonna be like, "What the? We want to know about both Rocky 4 movies."
No, I will break down the differences.
Sure.
And it'll fit into my ranking. And I'm gonna just, when I get to it, you'll see what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, man. We'll start with you, Alex. Something's got to go at the bottom. Number 9.
Can I start by saying this was really hard to do?
I know.
It's for me. It's the tonal shifts. Sometimes you just can't compare 2 Rocky movies or Rocky/Creed movies because and just to clarify, all these disclaimers, but just to clarify, this is not in the order of what I think is the worst movie to the best movie. It's personal preference.
Okay.
Number 1 is my favorite. It's not. I don't think it's the best movie, but it's my favorite. So just putting that out there.
I'll be doing that as well. Personal preference.
Yeah.
Same thing for you guys. You can be a critic about it, or you could be personal preference. You could be biased. It's fine. We're all here to have fun.
It's hard not to, especially with this series. God damn it!
All right. So instead of worst, number 9.
Exactly.
Number 9.
And number 9 is actually it Rocky or Creed? It's Creed 2.
Oh wow! Okay. Creed 2 is Alex's number 9. Interesting. Wow.
I enjoyed it, but it's the one I felt the least urge to rewatch after it was over. I came out of the theater going, cool, and then forgot about it.
Okay. Wow, I thought it was going to be something else, but yeah, interesting. All right. What's some of your pet peeves with it? What was some of the things you liked and you didn't like about it? Really quick.
Probably okay. So things I liked. My favorite thing about this movie is that it treats Rocky 4 as canon.
Right.
And you're probably wondering, like, of course they all treat it as canon. No, you don't understand. Watch Rocky 4 and then watch Creed 2 right afterwards.
Yeah.
From 2 completely different universes.
I know.
It's like, remember when Drago killed Creed? It was like a superhero movie. But Creed 2 is a serious, grounded drama, and they're treating all this as canon.
Yeah.
It blows my mind, and I love that they did that. It's it's kind of awesome.
All right.
I don't have big issues with it. The thing is, I thought the fight scenes in Creed were really well done. The first Creed.
Yes.
And then the second one didn't really wow me because it was a lot of the same, at least to me, because they had some brilliant one-ers in the first one.
Right.
It was a different style compared to the older Rocky movies. It was more of the same, and even the whole setup of him fighting Drago's son. I mean, for me, it's great fan service.
Oh yeah,
but it was kind of just, it's. I'm trying not to talk shit about it because there are a lot of interesting things like Drago's wife coming back and that whole family dynamic. The fact that they're not completely vilified. There's a lot of really great things. And it made me cry. By the way, all 9 of these movies made me cry for various different reasons.
Okay.
It was a very good entry, but compared to the others, one of them had to go to the bottom. So it's
gotcha.
Creed 2.
Gotcha. Okay. Number 8 for Alex.
Number 8 is Creed 3.
Wow. Wow.
You're noticing
Oh
a
my God.
pattern?
You're blowing my mind and everyone else's mind right now.
That's part of the fun, right?
Hold on. Oh
hopefully.
yeah. This is a blast. That's why I can't wait to see everybody watching's ranking. Well, okay. Creed 3 is number 8. All right. Thoughts on Creed 3 really quick, even though we reviewed it.
Yeah, not to repeat myself, but love the fights better in Creed 3 than I did Creed 2.
Yes.
Yes. It was a more interesting story to watch compared to the Drago Sun thing. I was more invested in this particular story and these characters and their whole dynamic. It was very lean. There was not a lot of fat to trim. It was very straightforward.
Yeah.
Maybe almost too straightforward. And I'm still riding the high off of having just seen it. So this ranking could always shift. We could do this again next week and it'll be different.
Oh, of course. All right, number 7 for Alex.
Okay, number 7 is
Okay.
it's Rocky 5.
Okay. Wow. Okay. You put Rocky 5 above Creed 2 and 3. Okay, no, it's all right.
Okay, if it's late and I get pizza and I want to put on one of the movies, I'll put Rocky 5 above 2 and 3. Not because I think it's a better movie. Right. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, this is your own personal preference for different reasons.
Rocky 5 is very trashy, but I think it's the nostalgia. And there are scenes like the flashback with Mickey.
That was
call it shoehorning. That
was great.
Made me cry so hard. That is such a great scene. Hits so hard.
Yeah.
It's got this charm to it because it's was it 1990?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's got that TMNT charm of the end of the 80s, the beginning of the 90s.
Go for it.
Go for it. Yeah,
Go for it. Yeah.
Also, this might be very meat-headed of me, but it earns 10 points just because the end fight is a street fight.
Yeah. It's entertaining.
It doesn't accomplish anything.
No.
It's so satisfying.
I get the hate because people were like,
of course,
they felt like they got robbed because they thought they still should have finished it in the ring, but the street fight was still entertaining though. Yeah, it was not. You can't say it was not entertaining. It was still. I mean, Stallone was doing elbows on the back.
Oh man,
of Tommy's head, dude. Leg trip. I mean, you can't say it was not entertaining. I mean, I get it. Everybody wanted them to fight in the ring after that. But I'll tell you this, Samurai Guy still remembers when I saw Rocky 5 in the theater and the crowd, the audience in the theater were cheering. They were into it. They were into the street fight. So despite all the flack, and there's some bad
for sure.
in 5, but it is entertaining for sure. All right. This would be your number 7 now?
Yes. 987.
Okay. Help me keep track too. I'm like off.
I'll try. So I'll try not to switch my rankings in the middle of doing this. So number 6. Wait, 987. 6. Okay. Number 6.
We're on 6 now. Okay, my bad.
Is Creed 1.
Okay.
I think it's the best of the Creed trilogy. It surprisingly it goes above Rocky 5. I mean, okay, so this is more of a comment on all the Creed movies rather than just this particular one. They're very well made movies.
Yes.
But for me, you could say technically they're better.
Uh-huh.
Because we have the benefit of time. They're more modern,
right.
They're made today. You could say the Creed movies have better sound design than the original Rocky movies, especially the first one.
Yeah.
But they follow a formula that Rocky started, or was one of the first to start. And you could say, well, Rocky's formulaic, but they did it before. There's a magic to when you do something formulaic that sets a precedent. And you have various people doing the same thing. When you make movies now and you follow that formula, you can still make it well done, but it's not really going to blow me away or really hit that hard. At least not for me. These movies can have great acting, great storytelling, be emotional,
right?
Good boxing scenes. I mean, the Creed movies definitely have the better boxing scenes, for sure. You can't even argue that. It's not even debatable.
Yeah.
But there's a magic to the Rocky movies.
Yes.
That Creed is a little more sterile. but it's hard. It's a hard act to follow. I think for what they are, they're really well done. And I mean,
Yeah.
if you asked me to try to do better, I probably couldn't. So it's just on an enjoyment level.
It's
But
great.
Creed,
It's great. Definitely great film.
yeah, and one thing I love about Creed that's different from the previous movies is when a fighter shows up and you kind of see their stats on the screen.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. It kind of gives it that I don't want to say anime or comic book, but it gives it that heightened feel.
Yeah.
Apart from being just the straight up boxing drama that it is.
All right, copy that.
Solid film.
Number 5. Number 5. We're number 5 now, right?
We are number 5.
I can count.
Okay, it's getting tough. I can't believe this is a number 5, but because I love this movie, Rocky 3.
Okay, it's number 5. All right.
I love Rocky 3. It's definitely different from the first two, especially. This is where we go into over the top territory, and I don't mean the movie over the top. I mean tonally, it's over the top.
Yeah.
But I love the crap out of this movie. It has a interesting story to tell, a very logical one, right? Rocky's the champ.
Yeah.
It's all about kind of that fall because he's not hungry anymore. Got this dangerous new supervillain in Clubber Lang.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about Rocky 3 without taking all night. There's just so many things about it. Just off the top of my head, he fights Hulk Hogan for no reason.
It was charity, man.
Oh, I guess, yeah. It's like a day in the life of Rocky.
You could say this is Hulk Hogan's best film.
Really? Better than Suburban Commando?
That's debatable. I know. I was frozen today. Yes, I have seen Suburban Commando. But yeah, this was hilarious.
His name is Thunderlips, right?
Thunderlips, man.
Oh my god.
The ultimate male versus the ultimate meatball. I can quote the movie all day.
Yeah, it's a fun movie though. But it's still got dramatic moments.
Oh,
Mickey's death is pretty sad if you're not chuckling at Stallone crying in that scene. It's not it's not quite First Blood where it's really dark and serious. This is kind of it's
he's trying.
It's
not bad, but I get what you're saying.
And did you know that the end fight? I mean, maybe this has been not so much anymore with the new Creed movies, but at the time, this was the only Rocky movie to have the end fight done in real time. Like they don't do a montage of rounds 2 to 14 or whatever.
Right. You're right. Mm-hmm.
He actually finishes them in like the first few rounds, I believe, unless I'm forgetting it. But it's interesting because it felt different and it felt like he really had. I said this about. Well, I shouldn't talk too much about Creed 3, but just in case some people haven't seen it. But he definitely had it in the bag. I've never seen someone miss so many consecutive hooks ever in life or in a movie. Seriously, when Clubber's going at him, he's missing so many like clean misses. He's like not even touching him. It's a.
There's that one part where Rocky tries to get out and he kind of gets him like this and throws him back in the corner. Rocky bounces off the corner right into a hook, and the ref didn't see it. No, dude, it happens in Rocky 3. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait, you got me thinking now. I thought something like that happened in Rocky 3. It's been so long since
I just because we'll get to it, but when he fights Drago, so many rules are broken. It's not even funny.
Well, Rocky with the double leg takedown on Drago gets on top. I thought that happened in 3, but I might be wrong. Chad will correct me. But anyway, all right. What's next?
Okay,
it's been a long time.
All right, top 4.
I wish I had the time to watch all 9 before we did this, but it's been
same. Yeah,
it's been years. So go ahead.
So right above Rocky 3, again, it's really tough. These all beat each other just by inches.
Okay.
Rocky Balboa.
All right.
Great film. I mean, I definitely. A lot of people would probably agree that it's much needed after Rocky 5. It's the Scream 4 of Rocky.
Yes, it is.
And they really, I mean, how do I say something that's not been said before? They brought it back to basics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they tried to do that with Rocky 5, but they succeeded with Rocky Balboa. It was very emotional, nostalgic. It was great to. Also, at the time, it had the most realistic boxing scenes.
Yeah. And did you enjoy the realistic,
Oh,
ESPN Sports
that
Center?
was fun.
Yeah, I liked it. You
Yeah,
saw
it was a bit of a
You saw
trip.
Mike Tyson and everybody else
Yeah.
in the audience, and that was fun.
Yeah, I don't know if the frame rate was different because you're watching like the televised event, and it seemed very authentic.
Right,
But
right, right.
it was trippy. It was a lot of fun, and I think it was appropriate because I think at the time, culturally, it made sense to do it more like something that people recognize, especially
Yeah.
because it's a boxing event.
Yes. Yes.
Great monologues,
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
people quote it
Yeah.
all the freaking time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
a great, and I would even say an important film
Yeah.
for the sixth
What do
sixth
you say?
installment.
We gotta put it in the basement. You want to put it in the basement or put it to rest or something like that. The Beast. Yeah.
You
It's
still got
great.
some stuff in the basement.
Yeah. 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 All right. All right. What's next?
All right, and it was a top three now. Okay, top three.
Top 3, guys. Here we go.
And number
You're
three.
you're changing your ranking. You're moving Rocky 5 up to number 1. Go ahead.
Okay, so Rocky. So number 3, I put Rocky 2.
Okay. Okay.
We already touched upon this.
I know what your number 1 is. I know what it is. I'm not going to say anything. I will not spoil it. I know what it is, but yeah, go ahead.
You think you know what it
Oh,
is?
no, I know. God damn it.
Okay.
But yeah, Rocky 2.
I mean, we already kind of touched
Yeah,
upon
we
it.
already
Great,
kinda
great
did.
sequel.
Mhm.
I don't have a lot of qualms with it.
Yeah.
It's very close to the first one, and I think people forget because Rocky 3 has Clubber Lang, Rocky 4 has Ivan Drago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rocky 2 is a great story, a great
Mhm.
sequel,
Yeah.
and you should
Yeah.
rewatch it if you haven't seen it in a while, unless you're not up for a downer, because
Watch it. All right.
it's pretty
next.
heavy.
Next.
Okay, so what do you think my number 2 is? If you've got your crystal ball,
I know, baby. I know. Number 2. Bam.
I mean,
No.
it's a classic.
Oh,
It's
okay.
number 2. It's number 2.
Hey, I knew it. I got it. I knew it. I knew it.
I actually,
You know what? You know what? It's overrated. Fuck this list. Fuck all these movies. You know what? Take it off.
not a perfect movie.
Yeah.
It's very rough around the edges, but it's the little movie that could, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Beat Taxi Driver that year.
Oof. That's yikes.
Taxi Driver's a fucking masterpiece.
Yikes. I know.
I know we're talking about movies that's subjective, but Taxi Driver's a fucking masterpiece.
It's an A+. It's an A+. But still, this is just so good. It's the underdog of movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is it not only is it an underdog story, just the whole story of the making of the movie, just Stallone and where he was
they didn't want him to be the
fight.
lead. They just like, no, man, we'll just pay you for the script. Get the fuck out, get lost. Can you imagine if they chose somebody else, dude?
Man, it was making this movie was a trip. They
he
you know
took
Lloyd
less.
Kaufman's in it.
yeah.
For the non-union stuff.
Stallone took less money. He's like, no, I'll take less money just to star in it and be in it and train and do all that stuff. But he could have made a lot of this and just walked away.
When Stallone's heart is into something, you really see it. Like,
oh yeah,
as a filmmaker or as an actor or anything he does, he brings it when he means it.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm curious to see in the comments if anyone else also shares this experience. I actually I was in Philadelphia for a layover, and I decided to spend the day there. And I had to visit the fucking Rocky Steps.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I was lucky and unlucky because it was rainy, so it was good because there was not a lot of people there.
Yeah,
it was also bad because it was raining, but it was still awesome because I mean, that it's so iconic.
Oh yeah,
and means so much to so many people. It's these are more than just movies. These are truly something special.
Yes.
Anyways,
but shout out to Alan Delaby, actor, martial artist. I've had him on the channel during the last Nosferatu horror vampire flick he made. But shout out to him. But he was out there and he filmed himself running up the steps just for fun. I mean, who wouldn't? I'd do it too.
You have to.
Samurai Guy would be walking up the steps, and I'd have to speed. I have to, fast forward, make it look like I ran up the steps. I'm not a youngin' anymore. But you know what? Alex? I am happy I am very happy and surprised because I wouldn't think this would be a lot of people's number one. And I can't wait to hear you guys' or to see you guys' picks. But Rocky 4, son, as number one. How cool is that, dude?
Yes.
That's fucking awesome, man. Yeah.
When I watch these movies in order,
Yeah.
something messed up happened. You get to the fourth one and you don't know it yet. Maybe you get halfway through the movie and it's like, okay, I feel like Rocky 3, if that was a high point, it's all downhill from here. We got a robot bringing Polly cake. We've got
Happy birthday, Polly.
It's tonally it's strange, this drug, and then also the music being different also made it really stand apart. Vince DiCola's music.
Yes.
But I don't know, it kind of hits you out of nowhere. You realize you're watching the greatest musical of all time.
Yeah, it was like 3 montages in it, right?
I mean, it's even if it's not a montage, you got Living in America with James Brown.
Yeah,
great sequence.
Yeah,
fantastic. Apollo dancing and everything, and Drago just looking just stupefied.
Yeah.
You've got just a little bit of Burning Heart when they go to Russia.
Yeah,
you've got 2 training montages.
Yep.
The first of which there was a time in my life where I used to run every morning, and I would play Vince DiCola's training montage when I leave my house to go for my jog.
I got the soundtrack still. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you have both versions of the soundtrack though? Because there's the official one, and then there's the
I got the bootleg one, like 8 songs on it. Like I don't have the whole thing, but
you gotta have every track from it. You gotta have the score. You gotta have the song. You've got.
I gotta get it. I gotta get that one.
Hearts on Fire.
Hearts on Fire, man.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, the training montage are insane, and the main song War when they actually fight.
Yes.
Oh, so fucking good. When it
goes
another montage. It's the fight montage. There's more to it than just the songs.
Yeah.
But Drago.
Hey, a little shout out to No Easy Way Out.
Oh, I forgot. I'm so sorry. No Easy Way Out, where you just rewatch the first 3 movies. In the span of that song.
It works.
You've got a great villain, again, great music. You miss Bill Conti, but Vince DiCola ain't so bad. It ain't so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah. It's like Bill Conti is like iconic. His score is iconic. His score is Rocky, but I don't think it would have worked with 4.
No,
it just that Vince DiCola, Transformers the movie soundtrack, animated movie.
Yeah.
Ivan Drago had the same theme song. That's not, dude,
fucking Unicron.
UFC, please come out to Ivan Drago's theme song. I'm not talking about the Russian theme song. I'm talking about the score Vince DiCola gave him when oh my God, dude, it's like the most evil, most menacing score.
It is the Unicron theme.
Yeah, he used that same score for Unicron. Yeah. Dude, it's like, dude, come on, somebody please do that. It would have been perfect for Fedor.
What a villain in Ivan Drago.
Oh my God, dude.
And again, this is both why the movie's so crazy and amazing and memorable, and also kind of like he kills Apollo Creed.
Oh yeah.
You're not expecting anyone to die in these movies.
I know.
Some people may cry, hearts may get broken, but he fucking punched him to death. He fucking killed Apollo Creed. Now it's a superhero movie. And Rocky's like, I might die, and it's like, fuck, he might die. He might kill Drago.
He dies.
Is this like Cobra? Is this like gonna be? Is this gonna be more bloodshed?
That is awesome, man. That makes me smile. That makes me so happy.
This movie's so off the rails. Think about the first.
It's so
movie.
Good. It's so good though. I'm so happy that you're number one.
It has.
Is it my number one? We'll get to it in a minute. But go ahead.
On an enjoyment level, I had to put it above the first one.
Dude, I love it.
Any day of the week, I will put that on first.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we get to mine, and then we'll get to the audience watching right now. Don't do it yet until you see the ranked logo. All right.
I will check out the director's cut at some point.
Okay.
It's kind of shocking I haven't yet.
I'll get to it, and I'll talk about it in a little bit when we get to it here. All right. Samurai Guy's ranking. All right.
I'm going to compare it to mine.
All right. Number 9. It's a guilty pleasure. It's entertaining. I saw it in the theater.
Okay.
I got to go Rocky 5 as my number 9. My favorite scene. I root for this little movie. I mean, I get the bad parts about it. But
It's not unwatchable.
No, I'm nostalgic for it.
Yeah,
But
same.
when there's certain scenes in that movie that still get me like shit. Like when you have that sequence where the whole family's watching Tommy's fight on TV and Rocky's watching. He's watching. And every really good hook or really good hit that Tommy throws, Rocky's doing the exact same punch on the heavy bag.
Yes.
And it's perfection.
It is.
Despite all the shit Rocky 5 gets, that scene is perfection. And then right after that, when he wins the title, you know, Rocky's like thinking he's gonna, you know, give him a shout out, you know, like, because he's all Tommy's in the ring going, I just want to thank one man who trained me and made it possible. And he didn't. He said the fake Don King guy's name, and you see
George Washington Duke.
Yeah, there you go. Only in America, you see Stallone's face change. And even Paulie was like, "Oh, the guy's a bum." Yeah. Even Paulie like feels bad, right? That is perfection. That scene's perfection.
Yeah, it makes
and
you
the street fight is fun. Yeah, the street fight is fun. There is things to like in Rocky 5. And, you know, the street fight, like you mentioned, one more round. How many people say this now? One more round. You know, and I mean, come on. It's cheesy, but he had to hit Don King. Come on. I think a lot of boxers cheered. Like a lot of real life boxers cheered. a lot of real life boxers cheered.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson cheered when he saw this scene. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, some things with his son worked, some things with his son did not work.
Yeah, it was kind of.
But I am nostalgic for it, and I remember having a blast as well as with the audience with me in the theater when we went to go see Rocky 5. But it has to go on number 9 though. All right, next up will be. Oh man, this is hard. God damn it.
I know, right?
God damn it. Because I thought I knew, you know, especially after we talked about Creed 3, I thought I knew. I was like, oh, I got it. Like, I know. God damn it.
Yeah.
Again, if we do this next week, it's going to be different.
We probably do it every week and then average it out at the end of the year. And then we will truly know what the ranking is.
Man, this was close. Both of these movies were like this for me. But the next up is Creed 2. It was Creed 2, Creed 3, back and forth, man, for me. It was like, they was really close. But I'm going to, Creed 2, again, as entertaining as the fight scenes were, look at that beautiful, lovely green screen in the background. And this is not even in 4K. You know, as much as the fights were entertaining, Creed 1's the one take fights, the 360-degree stuff, the stuff Coogler came up with, and then Creed 3's fights, you know, like the way they were filmed, this was kind of they were fun to watch, but it was still kind of a little bit of a downgrade. But I still really like the story. Yes, it's fan service. Yes, it's fan service. But how many times have you got fan service in your movie and it was done well? I mean, we were in the theater. Go back to the scene. I mean, of course, us as fans, we want to see Rocky and Drago throw punches at each other. There's actually a deleted scene where they do throw punches at each other at a press conference. But go back to Creed 2 and watch the sequence of them sitting down in the restaurant. And it's just dialogue driven. That's it. That scene is perfection. That's the stuff that gives this points above trash. Like, oh, it's just fan service trash. Because it happens a lot nowadays, right? You bring in the fan service, but sometimes they do too much, and it's like, fan service, member the bear, drink all the fucking member berries. You remember that?
And like every Terminator movie.
And you're just like, Jesus Christ. You could be subtle about it.
Yeah.
Or
not neglect the quality of the film in the pursuit of fan service.
Yes, and I like the feeling, what you said earlier, not the feeling, but how you mentioned they didn't vilify. There was another side to the Dragos. You know, there wasn't just, we are just evil Russians. You know, there was a little bit more to that. It was gray. And I wasn't expecting the fight to end the way it did. Did not see Drago throwing the towel. You know. But still my favorite though. But still my favorite though is Drago Ivan waking up his son to go work out. is a punch to the chest. That's how he wakes him up. He just walks over and he just gets up. He's like, it's time to get up. But yeah, very well done. Very entertaining. Should have been shite. But it was good. It was very well done. All right, next up, it's gonna be Creed 3, man. Creed 3 sneaks by it. It sneaks by it. I love our boy here who's been going through a lot of controversy lately. But we're not here to talk about that.
No.
The girlfriend dropped what she said, and he actually called the cops on her. But again, we're not talking about that. We're just talking about the movie. But again, like you mentioned, great boxing sequences. And what they did at the very end for the finale was something so fresh and new and different and very ballsy that, you know, we were blown away. All three of us, me, you, and Lady Fat Blood. But yeah, I really enjoyed our boy here, Majors, as Dame. Dom, right? No, it's Dame.
Yeah, short for Damien.
Dame, yeah. Very, very well done. The best antagonist, I still think, out of all three films. Drago had, our boy here, he had the physical attributes. But he was just there to just try to do better and kind of honor his dad. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't personal until it got to here. You know what I mean? But all right, next up we got is Creed. Creed is next up.
Your bottom four and my bottom four are very similar.
Yeah, a little bit. Creed. This movie, when this was announced, guys, not even like that when it was coming out, who was going to be in another. I'm talking about like months, a couple of years before, when the idea of a Creed movie, Apollo Creed's son, has a movie coming out. I was shit. Me and my buddies were shitting all over this. We were like,
Same.
"This is."
I was too. I was guilty.
This is a fucking horrible idea. Who asked for this? This is fucking terrible, right?
Who wants this?
Yeah, who wants this? But when it came out in theater, we were like, "All right, we got to give it a chance." And man, we loved it. We absolutely loved it. Stallone was great in it. You know, he got nominated for the award, well deserved. But Michael B. Jordan did a great job. Great job in this. But again, it was that first fight where we had the 360-degree one take stuff going on. And we're in the theater and you could hear Stallone on this side giving instruction. And it's so crazy, dude. Like we were like, dude, we were not expecting this badassity to happen at all before we went to see Creed. Like we were like, this is fucking amazing. Music score was great. Everything was great. And it was just perfect. I mean, they technically could have just ended it here. Yeah. They didn't really have to do any more. But this was just so good. So
if
well
only
done.
certain franchises followed suit, like
yes.
Stuff that rhymes with Halloween.
What are you talking about? Halloween Ends is amazing. The greatest horror film of all time.
Compared to Kills?
Compared to who?
Compared to Kills?
Kills?
It's amazing compared to... Well, whatever.
You know I'm joking, right? You know I'm kidding, right?
I'm going to get brain damage talking about those movies again.
But yeah, Creed is phenomenal. Next up, man. Next up.
Just Rocky movies left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Next up, another film. I was embarrassed when this was announced. I was really embarrassed to be a Rocky fan when this was coming out. Just very similar with this and Rambo 4. I was really embarrassed. I was like, why are you doing this? I was just like.
With Rambo 4 too, like, or John Rambo or Rambo, or what did they end up calling it?
It was just Rambo.
Yeah, they ended up with just Rambo, yeah.
But I had the same reaction with both films. Even after I watched it, I had the same reaction with both films. Same. But yeah, I was embarrassed. I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing, man? I was so embarrassed. Even me being a diehard Rocky fan, I refused to see this in theater. I said, I can't do it. This is humiliating now. Then when it came out to rent, I was like, all right, fine. I'm going to rent it. And man, I felt like a fucking idiot. I felt like such a jackass not seeing this on the big screen, not supporting Sly. And man.
And the whole movie is predicated on that.
Yeah. I keep calling him Apolly. Well, he is appalling sometimes.
Polly Pocket.
Yeah, Paulie for the first time I didn't want to kill him.
Yeah,
Not
it
as
was.
much.
Yeah,
Adrian at this point has passed away. He's
yeah,
opened up a restaurant called Adrian's, an Italian restaurant, and he's retired and trying to live his life. And then the little sports center thing came up, little video game. What was that? Not a demo, but it was like a demo. It was like
it's like a simulation.
yeah,
It
simulation
was really weird, even at the
where
time.
yeah, it was like Carver versus Rocky, who would win, and Rocky got the votes. And then everyone started talking. And even though Rocky was content with his Adrian Italian restaurant and trying to, deal with retirement and all that, trying to move on, live his life, there was still something inside. He was just like just bugging him. He had to get rid of it. He had to get rid of it. He had to go put it in the basement. And takes on Carver, man. And what an entertaining fight. And I like how they kind of went a little bit realistic with it in terms of, Duke was like, look, you old, the speed is gone. He's like, you old, the speed is gone. Now you just need to just bulk up. And every time you actually connect, he's going to feel it. It's going to feel like a truck.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And of course, it gives us one of the greatest speeches ever. Greatest dialogue, motivational speeches ever. You got to keep moving forward. People still post this today.
Yeah.
They still post this on Instagram and other places. Athletes and people that train. Very well done. And I love the fact that he doesn't win. As weird as that sounds, it just felt right because he wasn't there to win. He was there. Well, you know what I mean? Like he wasn't there to become champ and
No.
I'm out of retirement. I'm going to take on all newcomers. No, he was there to just fight. He wanted to do it one more time. And I love how it was a great swan song. He's waved at the audience and then just walked away.
Emotional scene.
It was great. But there's a deleted scene where he wins. And I'm actually glad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I forgot that ever happened.
Yeah. And I'm glad they didn't go with that. I think it would have been a little bit too cliche. Yes. Yeah. Especially him dealing with Adrian passing it was heart-wrenching. Very well said.
Yeah, you felt that loss.
Oh yeah,
huge gaping hole. It was
yeah.
Especially at the end, like his line, I couldn't have done any of it's verbatim, like I couldn't have done any of this without you.
Yeah.
It just brings it home,
yeah.
right to the first one,
But yeah, absolutely love Rocky Balboa. And I wouldn't be surprised if for some people this is their number one. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, like even on technical levels, you could say it's better than the first. I could see that. Sure. I don't think so, but sure. I could see that.
Yeah. All right, next up, Rocky 2. The people need to watch this a lot more. Like I said, I didn't like it when I was young because I was bored because I was stupid. The older I got, the more Rocky 2 grew on me. And just again, what Alex said, brutal boxing. Get away from him! There you go. He's just like crying.
I love that you have that GIF.
You like that? Get away from him! Yeah, and just some just bloody. Just we're going toe to toe. Yeah, and it gave us some iconic Rocky moments. Like them falling down. They both hit each other and fall down. Who's gonna make it? Who's gonna make it up first?
It's overdone now, but at the time, it's been just edge of your seat.
And I think this got some hate. Anytime you try to follow up a Best Picture film, this got some hate. People were like, really?
Yeah.
The only thing that I roll my eyes with, I think this is a great movie. I think this is a great sequel. The only thing where I roll my eyes with is when he's doing the montage again and he's running. And all of a sudden, it's like the whole city. Like first it's like 20 people following him, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I like that, right? The little kids running behind him. And then as soon as he turns the corner and goes up the steps, the whole entire city is running behind him. I was like, okay, all right.
Sex robots bringing you cake, I can buy. But yes, I said sex robots. Well, you think Paulie has that thing around just for bringing desserts? You crazy? Have you ever seen Paulie with a woman? I guess in 3.
Did he?
Or I think it was the first. He brought a woman to one of the fights.
Okay.
Not to go on a Paulie tangent because we love Paulie so much.
Like maybe it was a slow. Oh, look at that, Kevin's Rocky Balboa's is number 1. Check that out. How cool is that?
Right on.
What's
On
going
Rocky
on?
V.
The multi-gun man. What's going on? But yeah, it's like maybe if it was a slower, better build-up instead of just 20 people, okay, 1,000, then it wouldn't be
Okay. Yeah.
as cringeworthy. But still, I'm being nitpicky now.
Yeah.
And what's great about this is Rocky kind of retired. That was it.
He kind of retires in every movie if you think about it.
It's like at the end of the first film, what do they say right away? Ain't gonna be no rematch. Ain't gonna be no rematch. And he goes, don't want
one.
So he's just trying to, live. And then it's like, whoop, times got rough. Fuck it. Let me go fight this dude. But yeah, Rocky 2 is definitely worth watching. All right. Next up, boom. That's right, the classic. I should have grabbed it before I sat down.
It is so obvious now.
I have a 3D poster of this over here, like hanging up. I got like a 3D poster.
A 3D poster.
I should have grabbed it. Yeah, I should have grabbed it, but it's okay. Yeah, this is like the classic. This is definitely worth the best picture. All the awards, the score, the music, the acting, the performance. Everyone just brought it. Did one of the scenes that gets me, does it also get you when he talks shit to Mick and kicks him out of his house?
I'm a big softie, so every scene makes me cry. I have to just just because I cry doesn't mean that the movie, will make you cry. But I'm just saying, like, every Rocky movie made me cry. Even the Creed movies, there are moments where it got really, like, I got teary eyed.
Yeah.
Rocky 1 is just a marathon. Just to name one, when it's beautifully shot too, because it's just this static wide outside his place where you see Mickey leave and like a moment passes and then you see him come out and he catches up to Mick and they have a little conversation, which that you don't great. Hear.
Yeah.
But you get to feel, you feel their energy, and it's like there's something there.
Heart. Yeah, it's there for sure. But yeah, Rocky, man. Come on. That end. Sorry, wrong GIF. The end. Rocky too. Yeah. I love how at first, Apollo Creed's just, I want you, stallion. I love how he's just kind of just playing with him, boxing him up like they're not even in the same league. And then he gets that one hit, man. And he's like, what the fuck just happened?
What does Duke say? He's like, he doesn't know it's a show. He thinks it's a damn fight.
Yeah. And then it's just like at the end, they're all battered up. And at the very end, they look at each other. And Rocky's like, come on. And then you see Creed like, he gets
Cut me, Mick.
Creed, I know, cut me, Mick. I know, the iconic cut me, Mick scene. And then you see Creed like, like he does like this, like this motherfucker. Like, God damn it. What have to do to put this guy away? Oh, I know.
He breaks his ribs, which was very well foreshadowed with the famous punching the meat scene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. So many. This movie is just over. If you haven't seen Rocky, I'm sure everyone's heard of Rocky, but if you haven't seen Rocky and you like dramas, because it's not an action-packed movie or anything like that. If you like dramas, if you like good acting, good storytelling, if you're a fan of boxing, it's a bonus. But, like, even if you're not a fan of boxing, men, women, old people, young people, people of all different cultures, everyone can take something away from this. It's a very universal story. I think that's why it has that lasting power.
Yes.
Watch it. Still holds up. Who cares if it's from the 70s? Fucking watch it.
Yeah. Shit, Samurai Guy. I'm going back to movies from the 40s. And I like some stuff back then. It's always great. Every era has their great films. All right, next up. Boom! What? Oh, shit. Man, I love me some Rocky 4. It's just gush, gush, gush. Everything Alex said, I agree with. Like everything. The score, Drago just being fucking a beast. Super villain. Okay? People's heads should be exploding, when he hits them. I mean, the montages, the training sequences, everything. I mean, everything is just on fire. The classic dialogue, I must break you. You will lose. I mean, it's just so good. And the brutal, there's your boy right there. the brutality, and how things, like you said, Alex, like you pointed out, things just go really off the rails, But it's just fun. It's fun. Yeah. Then he like leaned up. No, didn't he like lean up over Rocky and like over the ropes and like punched him like that? And then that's when Rocky did the double leg takedown on Ivan.
Yeah, I think he had him in a guillotine.
Chaos. All right, so you guys want my quick really brief thoughts on Rocky IV, the director's cut. Me and Lady Fat Blood loved it. Really enjoyed it. She is not nostalgic for Rocky IV. Remember, she saw all these movies later. Samurai Guy had to catch her up on all these movies. She did not grow up with Rocky IV. So Lady Fat Blood loved Rocky IV director's cut 5 billion times more than the theatrical. Because, Alex, in Rocky IV director's cut, a lot of the 80s cheese is gone. There's no Happy Birthday Paulie robot. There's no Paulie tripping in the snow when he gets to Russia. There's none of that.
You did that so well.
Thank you.
I remember that.
Yeah, there's whatchamacallit, what else is there? Oh, I appreciated this. When you have your main event fight right here, and they would randomly did it like 2 or 3 times. They would cut to his son at home with his friends going. That is all gone.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, so
honestly, like,
yeah. Do you guys like that? You want to see Samurai Guy do it again? So every time they cut to this, you get some fighting, and then they would randomly 2 to 3 times they would cut to his son at home. Because remember, he gives a shout out. I just say one thing to my son at home, right? So yeah, it would happen like three times. It happened, and then we'd just cut to the kids at home. All that's gone. At the end, where the emotional speech. If I could change, you could change. Everybody could change. Gone.
Really?
Yes, all that gone. When you have the scene where everyone's cheering for Rocky at the end, and then up in the booth, you had bootleg Putin.
Yeah.
You had Putin and and the guy who was against Rocky, like Drago's mouth. They're all clapping, right? They're all like
clapping.
Gone.
Okay.
They get up and walk out. Yeah, it's totally different.
Also, it's alternate.
There's none of this. Yeah,
of them just leaving.
Yes.
Interesting.
There's no clap. And there's a little bit more action in the ring. There's a different camera angles used. There's a little bit more. You actually see him hit a heavy bag, train with a heavy bag. They said actually get him a heavy bag for the cabin. So you see him hit that. So there are some extra scenes in here. There's some I'm probably forgetting because I've only seen that once because I'm hoping the 4K of Rocky IV has both versions. I think Sumo mentioned earlier that it
I think he said
so there you go, bro. I'm gonna buy the 4K collection anyway. So, but yeah, there's a lot to benefit, right? There's a lot of that cheese taken out. So I see why, especially if you're not nostalgic for Rocky IV at all, the theatrical, you did not grow up on it. You just saw it today. And then afterwards you watch director's cut. Most likely you're going to like the director's cut a lot more. For Samurai Guy, it's a tie. It's a tie because I'm too nostalgic for the theatrical. I'm too nostalgic for Happy Birthday Paulie. All the cheese, all that. Okay. Again, I don't like the I don't like that shit. There's some bad in there, but I'm just so nostalgic for certain things in it. Even in the director's cut, I kind of feel like he hits Creed a couple more times. Like it's a little bit more brutal, I think. So for Samurai Guy, for this ranking, theatrical and director's cut are a tie. They're a tie. There's a lot of things I like in the director's cut, but I still love that theatrical, so it's a tie for Samurai Guy. So that's what I'm doing. So, but yeah, Alex, check it out when you get a chance. Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
It sounds like it's not a world of difference, so I feel like it'll probably be a tie for me as well. Like, it doesn't sound like you lose anything that you love, but also doesn't add that much more. It's more just like they kind of cleaned it up a bit.
Yeah.
Give you a little something extra. I will check it out, especially I'm curious to see how musically it's different. Yeah. Where it is,
Yeah, here we go. See, this is a little bit longer than the director's cut because I feel like
is Living in America still in it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can't take that out.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
That's true, right? That would be horrible. That would be a crime. That would not make the cut at all. That would be number 8, no, number 10. Rocky's 4 director's cut would have been number 10. It would have been the bottom if they did that. You can't take that out, man. Living with a hernia. That's right. Do you remember that, Alex? Probably not because you're younger than me. Yeah, Weird Al, Living with a Hernia. Yes.
Oh shit!
You gotta
I
listen
love
to the
Weird
song.
Al, but
You
like
gotta
I
watch.
haven't,
You
I
gotta
haven't
watch
heard
that
every
music video
reiteration.
now. All right, number 1 for Samurai Guy. It has never changed. The first time I saw Rocky 3, I was like, "This is my favorite Rocky." Period. Never, never. This movie, when I was a young man and now today, still makes me tense up watching this. I still tense up watching this because let me tell you something, son. The motherfucking attitude was all over this. I mean, it was all over this, man. When you see Rocky come up and after he's been transformed and he looks right into I'm sorry, Clubber Lang's face and he says, I'm gonna bust you up. He goes, go for it. Look at his face. Rocky's face wasn't even close to looking that way in the first 2 movies. This was another level. I love how the fights were filmed. There was a lot of first person. The camera was right close up on some of the combinations. You didn't see stuff like that in the first 2. The punches sound like goddamn explosions. What else do you want? Okay. All right. I love it. And straight out of a martial arts kung fu flick, we have the previous villain showing up and teaming up. I mean, what? You don't see shit like this. The previous antagonist shows up and helps our hero train and makes him better, changes his style completely. Rocky's style would never have beaten Clubber style because he's a bruiser. And there was no way he was going to win that. There's just too many moments. Mickey's death, the attitude. Clubber, what's your prediction tonight? My prediction? Pain. Come on.
One of my favorite lines in the entire movie.
It doesn't get any better than that. And the press conference where Rocky goes to retire again. Clubber shows up and calls him out. It's fucking iconic.
Hey woman! Hey woman!
Do it. Do the rest.
It's been a while. It's your favorite movie.
I bet you stay up all night wishing you had a real man. Tell you what, bring your pretty little self to my apartment tonight, and I'll show you a real man.
You got it.
Shut up, old man. Ain't nobody talking to you. I mean, it's just so good. It's so good. It's just the fighting, the attitude. Just, oh my God. Clubber Lang fucks up the camera crew. Come on. Okay? I mean, it's just too much. And I still tense up. I have a fucking action boner. Sorry. Especially with scenes like this. You ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. You ain't so bad. You ain't nothing. I was like, what? Oh my God, dude. I'm like, dude, this is fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, because you went on that journey with him.
Yes.
You saw him get like the daylights knocked out of him, go through all that shit with Apollo's training, and you're just ready for him to just take it back, just to fucking get payback.
Just fucking with him. And then, putting his glove on his head. He kept fucking with him like that. And then what did Apollo say? He's like, oh my God, he's getting killed. And he's like, no. And then Apollo's like, no, he's getting mad. He's not getting killed. He's getting mad. I mean, just so good. That camera angles, just every time he gets hit, he hits Rocky. Rocky comes back up. My mother hits harder than that. You ain't so bad. Oh my God, I'm flexing right now, dude.
The whole world's watching. Knock me out.
Yeah, knock me out, dude. Dude, none of these other movies have that. None of them.
I mean, 4 comes close.
He talks shit like that.
Not like that, but I mean, I guess for me, it's the intensity,
No, 4 is amazing. 4 is amazing.
Yeah,
but I'm just like,
he
gets fucking destroyed. First round, he gets killed. And I love the little things. I love how he goes back to Mick, and Mick's like dying basically, and he goes and he lies to him. He like when he's like, what round did it end in? And he goes, first round. But it was him that got knocked out.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that he had to admit he was afraid, because during that whole training montage, he was checked out.
Yeah.
There's some brilliant stuff. And Adrian's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he finally, I'm afraid. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid. This movie's fucking brilliant. It's like, you got to fight for you. That's what she said. You got to fight for you. Let's go. Then he got focused. He got in there and just whooped that ass. Man. So good. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I just also it's funny you showing that GIF. Like also Rocky 3 in particular. Not to sound like we're thirsting for Stallone, but how
Yes, we are. It's okay.
how good of shape was he in that movie, especially when you compare it to the first two, where he was more of a tank.
Yeah.
He was like a fucking panther in this. You know, he was like
Oh,
Bruce
yeah.
Lee. It was, you know,
Yeah, even the
phenomenal.
commentators say it in the movie. They're like, he looks like a middleweight.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's just so good. Plus it ends with one of the most iconic Rocky moments in the Rocky franchise. You all ring the bell. Ding, ding. And it gives us this moment right here, which I need to find the actual painting of this, a print of that.
Oh yeah.
And
Because when it goes to credits, it kind of
it goes into the painting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's posters of that. I've seen it, like just regular cheap prints of that. And I want to frame it and put it up in my house somewhere.
That's a good idea. And now we know who won that fight.
Oh, that's right. That's
Thanks
right.
to the first Creed. Yeah. That was a really nice touch.
Yeah.
They kind of brought that up, and they finally, told us like what actually happened. That's really cool.
But yeah, Rocky 3 is my favorite. And I'm very surprised by this. Rocky 3 is Lady Fatblood's favorite out of all the franchise.
Really?
That's her favorite. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. But yeah, just so good. So good.
I'm so sorry I ranked 3 so low. It was hard, man. They're all
they're all great movies.
3 and 4.
There's no bad ranking. It's fine.
If you don't like 3 and 4, there's something wrong with you. It's like you can't let go of. There's something you're not letting go of, because 3 and 4 are. No. I mean, it's no wonder like when you were younger that you didn't like 2 as much, because 3 and 4 are so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, Rocky started off as a really great deep drama.
Right.
But 3 and 4,
it gets fun. That's when it starts to get fun.
This franchise alive in a way that you couldn't possibly anticipate.
Yeah.
So good.
I know. Just classic. And just so much good dialogue in Rocky 3. There were setups, when he was talking to Mick, because he said they were handpicked, and he's like, no, they weren't.
They were good fighters,
but they weren't killers like this guy. He'll knock you into tomorrow, Rock.
He'll knock you into tomorrow.
Good. It's so good. What are you gonna do after this fight? Maybe join the circus. I mean, I can quote this movie all day. But yeah, too good. I love these movies. But now it's time. So get ready, everybody watching. It is time. It is your turn to rank them. I will put them on the screen. Here we go with the logo. All right, let's have some fun here. Let's see what the Movie Dojo Army has right here. All right, we got first up, got Kevin here. This is his list in order. All right, 5, 2. All right, Rocky 2, Rocky 4, Creed, Rocky 3, Creed 3. All right, Rocky. Look at that. Rocky Balboa was his number 1. Awesome, Kevin. Awesome. All right, Jake. We got Jake here in order. All right. Rocky 5, Creed 3, Rocky Balboa, Creed 2. All right, Rocky 3, Creed 3, Rocky 3. See, that's how you tell all of these movies are good, because they just keep switching on everyone's ratings. They're all good. They're all good.
Something for everybody.
And Rocky was his number 1. Is his Rocky was number 1? Oh, Rocky 2 was. Oh, Rocky 2 was his number 1. Check that out. Look at that for Jake. I'm reading that right?
Yeah. Rocky's second place. Rocky 2 is first place.
All right. We got Bob Odenson here. All right. Favorite to least. All right. Rocky Balboa, Creed 4. I think Creed.
Creed. Yeah.
All right. Nice. He hasn't seen the last 2, but that's his ranking as of right now. And let me see if I missed anyone else. All right, we have one more here. Least to best, Rocky 5.
Am I the only person on the planet that didn't put Rocky 5 last?
Man, and I like Rocky 5, and I couldn't put it down there. No, I mean I had to put it down there. Yeah. All right, I think that's everyone. Let's see. I think that's everyone.
I feel like a lot of people, like, if Rocky isn't their number 1, it's always number 2. They'll save Rocky for the number
unless
2 spot.
Unless it's us, me and you.
But even for me, like, Rocky was my number 2 spot.
Oh, that's right.
And then their personal favorite would like just beat it out,
Yeah. Oh no, that's awesome. All right, we'll wait we'll wait a few more minutes to get some more rankings from you guys, and then we'll end it for today. Gail here. All right. Rocky, Creed 3. Creed Balboa. All right. Look at that. Rocky 5, number 9. I think it's been number 9 for everyone, I think, right? So far that's been watching. Except for you, Alex. It's okay.
Someone mentioned the work print. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I've never actually sat through the whole thing. I'm interested in seeing it. I like shit like that.
You know, I heard a rumor. I'm not sure. Time's a ticking, guys. We're gonna end it soon. So anybody else wants to rank it, and I'll put it up on screen. Let me know. I did hear a rumor, Alex, that the original idea for Rocky 5, he was gonna die. He was after that street fight, he was gonna like slowly die, and they put him in the ambulance, and he dies in the ambulance, and that's how it ends.
That's not funny, but it's also kind of funny. I don't know what to make of that.
Oh, yeah, it's weird, huh? That would be odd. Well, good thing they didn't do it. We wouldn't have the Creed movies, or we wouldn't have Rocky Balboa. So
yeah, we could still have the Creed movies. Just we wouldn't have Balboa.
Excuse me. Rumor there's going to be a Stallone cut of Rocky 5. Really?
I don't know. I feel like he's disowned that movie. I don't know if he would want to put forth the effort. I mean, I don't want to speak for him, but I feel like he just doesn't want anything to do with that movie. So to put forth the effort he did with 4 for 5, I don't know.
Maybe there's stuff to salvage. Who knows what other extra scenes are not that weren't used. You never know.
I've never been a fan of Stallone's director's cuts, but I haven't seen Rocky 4 yet.
Oh, okay.
Like the Expendables director's cut, I don't think it's any better. Rambo director's cut, it's less violent, therefore I like it less.
Wait, what? It is? I don't think I've seen it.
For Rambo 4, let's call it Rambo 4 for the sake of sanity.
Yeah.
The director's cut is actually a lot of the violence is taken out.
What?
Unless I dreamt the whole thing.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
And then for the Expendables, they like improved.
I'm not watching that one.
The amount of things they improved, they also like kind of destroyed the same amount. So it kind of broke even.
Right.
Which kind of renders the director's cut pointless to me.
I'm glad you told me about that. But I don't think I've seen that one, Rambo one, because that's the one where it has the opening where he has the cowboy hat on and stuff like that. That's like in the beginning of the movie or something like that. There's like he's like saving people. He's on a horse. It's at night. It's raining. He's like trying to help people. I heard that was one of the extra scenes they cut from the theatrical. That's the one I have not seen. So I may not have seen the one you're talking about. Here's a question, Alex, for you.
Do you think Rock would back for Creed 4?
I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no just because of him kind of publicly stating his sourness with the whole thing.
Do you remember what his reasons were for not liking the script for 3? He didn't like the direction 3 was going? Creed 3?
Yeah, I don't know the details. It's very foggy. I'm not a good person to ask. Because I read about it, but like the details are very vague to me.
Right.
It was weird because I mean, I don't think he has an issue with it being more Adonis centric because these are the Creed movies, not the Rocky movies. Like I love how Creed 2 ends with him ringside going, "This is your time now."
Yeah,
I love that. That was
passed the torch right there. Yeah,
really well done. So there's no point in Rocky being in it anymore. So I didn't really miss Rocky in Creed 3. Strangely enough.
Yeah,
but I don't know what he would have done differently.
Right. And the only reason I see if they do bring him back for a 4, they will finally kill off the character.
It's like a Scream 7 situation. Will Nev Campbell come back?
I mean, Rocky's not going to get murdered by a slasher villain, but you know what I mean. Like he's going
to get murdered by Tommy Gunn's son.
No, now we're jumping the shark even more now. Tommy Gunn's
never say never.
No, I'll be Clubbing Lang. I'll be Clubbing Lang getting revenge. Will, thank you, Will. That was Last Blood, the whole beginning with the cowboy hat and stuff. That was the director's cut of 5. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think I seen 4, man. I don't think I did. I mean, the director's cut of 4. So
wasn't Rambo 5 supposed to have the Predator in it, or am I
Predator?
Do I need to play off the drugs?
What?
Somebody please confirm this in the comments.
What? Let's see.
Like in the early stages of development, they were considering like this one he's gonna fight the Predator. Okay,
right. Oh, okay. Gail says
I'd watch it.
It said that. Well, of course. Stallone did not like how dark it went in Creed. which is interesting.
Was it that dark though?
Compared to the other ones, I don't think so.
I don't think so. Maybe by it might be the darkest, but it wasn't by like a huge stretch. I don't think.
I don't know.
I didn't think so. No.
Here we go. Stone wasn't a fan of how dark Creed 3 script was with things like abuse. Oh, like that, like the hinting of boys' abuse and stuff like that. Okay, well, I mean that's his opinion.
Yeah, maybe it disturbs him in particular more than other people. Fair enough.
Stallone won't do it as producer, has the rights to the franchise. Stallone has no say other than his name and the property as creator. He has no say. I remember.
Yeah, that I read.
Yeah, I remember that. That's kind of fucked up, but it is what it is. But we're here to not talk about downers. We're here to talk about one of our favorite film franchises. Come on. I'm not going to say no to that. That's
wait, you said Rocky, not Rambo.
What? Rocky Predator?
Yeah, I think he.
What?
I think he's right. I think I mixed it up. I think
that's worse.
I know.
I'd still watch it. Still watch it, but I mean, it would make more sense if it was Rambo Predator. Rocky Predator? How does that even work? It doesn't.
Maybe
unless it's a fan film, like for straight to YouTube, then it works.
Maybe they messed up. Have you ever seen? This is a very random segue, but it's kind of sort of.
But yeah, go ahead.
Have you seen the movie Fantasy Mission Force by Jimmy Wang Yu?
Oh, I have.
Do you remember the beginning where they're like, these are the agents out in the field?
Yes.
And there's Stallone from, I think that exact picture of him in Rocky 3. And it's like, Rocky's busy, so we can't call him right now. And it's like, it's not even Rambo. I'd understand if Rambo was on the list, but it's like Rocky, the boxer.
And then Snake Plissken showed up. He was the next one. If you ever hear Samurai Guy say the term "hell's a poppin'," I actually got that from Rick Myers when I used to read his early books years ago. Oh, really? And he came up with that. And the perfect example of what "hell's a poppin'" means, you got to watch Fantasy Mission Force. It's so fucking insane and all over the place. Oh. Anything can happen with a "hell's a poppin' movie. You can have a serious scene, and then right after that, musical number. I mean, you can do all kinds of crazy shit.
If you're wondering what Jackie Chan's doing in the movie, one word: triads.
Oh, holy shit! Well, I heard he. Well, that's probably the same thing, but I heard he owed a favor to.
Yeah, I mean, I generalized, but yeah, it was a favor.
Right. Are you excited? Are you still? Here's a quick segue question: are you still excited for Expendables 4, especially after watching John Wick Chapter 4?
Wait, so if you're asking if I'm still excited, that's implying that I'm excited to begin with.
You're excited to begin with. Are you still interested? Not excited. Are you interested to see what they do? Because isn't Eco and Tony Jaa in it too, or is it just Eco? You don't even know. You didn't bother looking it up.
I still feel like Triple Threat had a more stacked cast, or more. I don't know. I actually like the first two Expendables. The third one, not so much. I'm kind of over it now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm Samurai Guys from the old school. I'm the old guard, so I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, I'm more interested and intrigued. I saw those photos of Eco fighting Jason Statham, which could be cool. But the rest of the movie, I don't know. I mean, why is Megan Fox there? Like, okay. We couldn't put Cynthia Rothrock in the movie, but we got Megan Fox.
After Expendables 3, you could put anybody in these movies.
It's true. That is
because at least the first two, it's like the people we grew up with. But then 3 was like
there's only one good thing out of 3. Well, I love Wesley Snipes, but he's good.
Yeah, there are parts of 3 I like. It's not a complete diarrhea fest. There's bits and pieces I like, but just it wasn't.
It's entertaining. It's just my least favorite.
I liked Antonio Banderas, and I thought he was hilarious. I liked that.
Oh my god, dude!
The Desperado,
Oh my god, dude! Antonio Banderas was fucking off the rails. Antonio Banderas was hell's a poppin' in Expendables 3. But Mel Gibson, bro. He like outacted everyone in every scene.
His scene was Stallone in the truck.
Yes,
that was
It's like I believed him. I believed Mel Gibson could kill everyone in that truck.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how good of a performance he was.
Yeah, it was good.
It was, yeah. But yeah, he had a little Wesley Snipes bonus, and I wanted a spin-off movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jet Li because they were adorable by the end of that movie because it was just them hanging out like for the rest
instead
of the
of
movie.
doing any action.
And then they were like, I think they did a few things together, but it was just like, can we get a movie with just them two? That'd be hilarious. But yeah, just there's entertainment to be found in 3, but it's the weakest. My favorite is the second one. So
second one's I think I enjoy the second one more than the first. You know, the first it was a big deal because it's the first, but the second one, I think one huge improvement was the editing of the action.
Yes,
the first one, it's like it was cool to see everyone, but like that as an action movie.
Well, it was when Stallone versus Steve Austin's fight is filmed and edited better than the Jet Li versus Dolph Lundgren fight. You fucked up.
and if you watch the director's cut, the Jet Li's Dolph Lundgren fight's better, but not by much. Actually, there are good fights, like the whole tunnel fight that includes the Stallone.
There's good, there's good
the
shit.
Shootouts are good.
Yeah,
gore, this very gory. Yeah. It's just, even though it's CG gore, not old school.
Yeah, two's at fault of that too, but 2 gives you
it's cleaner.
2 gives you what you thought you were going to get in 1.
Yeah, very well put.
You finally saw Arnold do something. You finally saw Bruce Willis do something. We've got Chuck Norris bonus, and Van Damme was a great villain. We had a Scott Adkins bonus. So 2, it's hard to beat 2 right now for me. We should have saved all this for an Expendables rank. You know what? We will do it. Perfect. We will do a ranking video for the Expendables films when 4 comes out.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds like fun. Well, this was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for and very hard, but thank you guys for chipping in and showing us your rankings. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to try to do more of these. These are a lot of fun. Thanks again for watching. Oh, don't forget, you guys already know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you guys had fun here, don't forget tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow, the great Chris Mancini. That's right. Comic book writer, comedian, filmmaker. He's done it all. He is hilarious. I had a chance to interview him last year. I can't believe it's been a year since the last time he was here, which is insane. But yeah, we're going to have fun talking about comics, movies, and a lot of superhero stuff that's been happening a lot since a year has passed. I gotta get his honest opinion on certain movies and certain things and certain directions Marvel and DC are going. I gotta hear what he has to say. So don't forget, join us tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Y'all know what you need to do. Follow Alex. That's right. Check all of the links in the description box below of the video. That's right. Support him. That's right. Follow him on Instagram, is all that good stuff. He is a badass and he's hilarious. And I will continue to do my best to not call him Kyle.
That was hilarious.
Oh, but this is a lot of fun. Take care, guys. You guys rock. That's right. Keep watching movies. See you badasses on the next one. Take care. I was trying to think of a Creed 3 or a Rocky 3 line. Give us a one line. Give us a one-liner from something, Alex, before we go. Give us something.
From the Rocky movie?
Anything. Go.
It ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how you can get hit and keep moving forward. How you can take it. Yeah.
Brilliant. All right, guys. Take care.
That was a terrible Stallone.